5-star review. This is Mr. Scared Straight. You already know what I do. I came here this morning because a few things in the news already. You know how chaos works. It never rests. And neither do we. First thing in the news is the old dancing mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dinkins. He can only run 4 more years. But that's 4 more years that Atlanta cannot afford to see with him as the mayor. Okay? He done rolled out a $5 billion package to include tax allocation districts. We all know has never worked. So what, he's fixed the problem? Anytime you have a tax allocation district, the only people that can take advantage of that is the people that got the money. And when you look at areas where black people live in Atlanta, who has the money? Foreigners, who owns all the businesses, and white folks. He's going to allocate $1.9 billion to expand the transit system. So he's trying to make it a little bit more easier for white folks to come into the city and work, or to come into the city and go to those events that they have down there that the citizens who live in the city can't even afford to go to. $1.5 billion in trails and green space. This man has done nothing for anybody on the South Side. And he tricked everybody into believing that he comes from Adamsville, when he's done nothing for that part in Adamsville. He just spent all this money on this motherfucking trail, but look at the part where he is trying to convince you he is from, Wilson Mill. Go over there if you dare. I advise you not to do that, okay? Because it's still drug infested, and have our kids over there trying to practice and play football and baseball around that type of atmosphere. It's a stab in the back, because you got over half the park is a wooded area that they've never developed, okay? Just go over there and look at it and cry. $1.3 billion in affordable housing projects. Listen, once again, who are the developers? Who are the home builders? White folks coming from out of state. So they're going to get that. You got $170 million supporting health centers, recreation, and grocery. That means nothing, because we need homes and decent jobs. $88 million reserved for small business and commercial development. Well, you know, that don't include us. $81 million in public infrastructure. Well, that's just is making the infrastructure better for them and more hell for you. That's why they keep opening gas stations on every corner. Liquor stores on every corner. This is your mayor. The reason I can talk about him is because I didn't vote for him. I tried to warn people about him, but like I said, black folk down here have been dumbed down to the point of being non-existent. So the group don't exist. It only exists as a part of strategy to bring everybody in and get them paid. So they just scream black, 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 black. And everybody's able to come in and put us further in the gas chamber while we sitting around partying and not knowing what the fuck's going on. It is what it motherfucking is. We're not looking out for that. And we're not looking out for these illegal immigrants over here, especially the black ones. Now, I know everybody like to focus on the blacks from the Caribbean and Africa. They are miscreants, but the worst are the Indians. That's who you're not focusing on. Yet, who owns most of the businesses in black neighborhoods all over America? Who? Indians. You ever ask yourself, how the fuck did they do this? Well, that's why you got a motherfucker up there named Cash Patel serving as the FBI director. He's not qualified to be a dog catcher. Because the country is corrupt to the core, which is why you got another prime example. You got an immigrant, you got an anchor baby running for the mayorship up in New York. See? Financed by George Soros. That's what the rich Zionists are doing. They're financing all this hell. Charlie Kirk was financed by these rich ass Zionists. All of them. All of them. Blacks. Back in the 1800s, started with W.E.B. Du Bois. Coming over here with that communism shit. Huh? Zionism. Marcus Garvey. Coming over here, sneaking around black folk back and meeting with the KKK. We had to run his ass out of America. And I'm sitting here reading something that a brother by the name of Professor Black Truth put up that was in the Negro Digest during Jim Crow. You see, black folk have always known about these foreign blacks. And I'm just going to read these Negroes, these foreign blacks come over here with hatred for black people. Let me just read you something from a lady from the West Indies that was talking about blacks from that area. In the West Indies, everyone jostles for the chance to come to America. Everyone. It's the extensive gold mine waiting for intrepid diggers. And those who come here are generally teachers, civil servants, nurses, skilled persons, and students. They come here to make money, not because they're being oppressed at home, but only to leech off the peculiarities in America, which typically means black folks. So they bring these people here and put them above you and I, 60 million people. And no group can sustain that. That's why it's chaos everywhere black people are, because we're not focused on the right thing. And when I say we, I don't mean me. I just mean the people that look like me. The black masses, the black majority. Who? The goddamn black mob. And I'm nothing like them at all. So, to beat this problem is very simple. Gonna have to reject what we see today, everything, and create our own life and our own institutions. Because the life and institutions that we created, our ancestors created in this country, is in the hands of our enemies. They no longer serve black people in no way, shape, or form. You can take that or leave it.